Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other, they work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends, but come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Now it's Bucky Irving to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
He spent a lot of time, Mike, over these last couple days speaking to the media, and the thing that jumped out to me was just how confident he was in his team's preparation ahead of today's game. Now, only time will tell or not whether it makes a difference, but if his confidence is any indication of how they're going to perform, this could be a tough team to beat.
Right to the air, it's Mayfield. Off he goes. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a first down. A first down there on a pickup of 17.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
Open man downfield, that's Godwin. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Here comes Otten in motion. On first down is Mayfield. That pass complete to the veteran, Sterling Shepard. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
You know what they say, Mike, is the best third down play in the NFL? Don't get to third down. Well, I'll tell you what, this has been a clinic so far here on their opening drive. 3 plays, 3 first downs, and now the question is, can they take advantage of this fast start and come away with some points?
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. This one is caught by Shepard. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
A second down throw for Mayfield. He runs with it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
Out of the pistol, it's Mayfield. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg, able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Bucs will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Ray McLeod on the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
Mike, I remember the first time I watched one of his college games, and I was blown away. I mean, the accuracy. That ball looks like it's jumping out of his hand. He is physically talented. He's mature. He's played a lot of football. He has overcome a lot of adversity, man. That is a formula for success in the NFL. He might have to wait a little bit to find his time, but the more opportunities he gets, like here in this one.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
As this offense continues to try to find its way out of this hole, things are going to just continue to get more difficult if they can't protect the passer. The longer you trail, the more the defense knows you need to throw the ball, and they're going to have to protect their quarterback a lot better than they did there.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Play action. It's Penix. He finds Darnell Mooney for the catch. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
So on 4th down, the Falcons bring on Bradley Pinion to punt. Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay. Now fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. The Bucs offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. A short one there to Otten. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 7. Now a run with the rookie out of Oregon. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Baker gonna give it to Irving. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the first down.
First and 10. Receiver in motion, going right. On first and 10, here's Baker. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in second and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield. Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive. They've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. McLeod now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to take over for their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. It's the first run of the game for Bijan Robinson. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Levante David doing his work on defense. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That'll be caught by McLeod. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. A give, and here comes Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Buccaneers offense ready for this next possession. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, it's Irving. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A give, and this is Irving. He'll push forward for about a yard. David Onyemata in on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Right back to Irving. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
On third down, it's Irving. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on third down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
Now Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be second down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? And that is incomplete. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And now it's fourth down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll operate from their own 3-yard line as they try to put something together here on this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. From the gun, it's Penix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Pitts is the man in motion. On third down, Penix. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
The Falcons send their punting unit out, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Fair catch is taken right around midfield. Here's the Tampa Bay offense. They're going to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Mayfield gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Mayfield. A pass, it's complete. It's Shepard. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
To say this group has started strong here in the first quarter, Mike, might be a bit of an understatement. I mean, offensively, firing on all cylinders. Defensively, suffocating the opponent. The ability to complement each other on both sides of the ball and play at such a high level, they could have a little bit more breathing room here by the end of this drive.
They'll run with Irving. He'll get this right to the 20-yard line. Richie Grant up from the secondary to get in on that one. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Over the middle, that's Godwin. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Bucky Irving. And that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. McLeod now to return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. We are through 1. 17-0, the early score. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Penix. He'll get this to McLeod. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
Mooney in motion. They're going to go play action with Penix. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
On 2nd down, Penix. He keeps it himself. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the first down.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's going to have the first down. They'll mark him at the 29, but it's a new set of downs. First down picked up.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. Now he'll run it. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Now Robinson. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On 2nd down, here's Penix. And he's in. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Younghoe Koo now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Falcons are back in this one. It's 17-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Sean Tucker. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Bucs offense ready to get back to work. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. Here comes Otten in motion. On the ground, it's Irving. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Caden Ellis in on that stop. They send Evans in motion. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Irving. He'll work forward for a couple. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. Second down and 8. To throw is Mayfield. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. Mayfield. This one is caught by Shepard. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Penix. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. He'll get this to Pitts once more.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. He's going to air this one out. That is brought in. And he's going to be brought down inside the 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Penix going to throw again. That one is caught by Mooney.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Pitts is the man in motion. To throw again, it's Penix. It is brought in the end zone. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quick.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So take away the 6 points, and it's ruled an incomplete pass. 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. That one taken in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown Falcons. Here's Coop for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons are back to within a field goal. It's 17-14. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Irving now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They send Evans in motion. Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
On 2nd down, a run with Irving. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Up from his safety spot, Jesse Bates makes the play. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll go again here with Irving. And he's going to have a Buccaneers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
Motion man sent right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
They'll run it. It's Irving. He'll move this one ahead to the 31-yard line. Caden Ellis in on that stop. Third and long. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
third and real long. This is where your defensive line has to come to life. They decided to keep extra blockers in the backfield, but it didn't matter. They were able to bring them down for a sack and brings up fourth down.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Tampa Bay. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Falcons offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. Short throw taken by Pitts. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jordan Whitehead is there to bring him down. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Another run here for Robinson. And this will be a Falcons first down. He's up to the 45-yard line. Now, after that last snap, we have an injured player. It's Bijan Robinson, who's in some pain down there. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now here's Tyler Algier out of BYU. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Sending a receiver right. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. The rush gets there. He goes down back inside the 5-yard line.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead after first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the ground, they'll go with Rashad White, the back out of Arizona State. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Falcons offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start from the plus side of midfield, looking to possibly take the lead here. It's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun, and this is Algier. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Kalijah Kancey in on the stop. Second and 7. From the gun, here is Penix. He'll get that to Kadero Hodge. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. Throwing now, Penix on first down. 14 yards on the pickup there.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
From the 1-yard line, first down and goal. Now this is going to be a dive for the end zone, but he loses the football. The Bucs have it. That is a gut punch, a huge disappointment in position to score. They fumble, and the defense falls on it, Greg, in the end zone for a touchback.
We see this so often, Mike. As the ball carrier's getting closer to the end zone, his mind is on nothing but trying to score. Sometimes they forget to protect the ball. That's exactly what happened here. Fumble, defense recovers it, and they lose out on a prime scoring opportunity.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Now he takes off, and he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down. Baker to throw. Godwin working the right side. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing is Baker. He did a good job of making one man miss, but could not get away from this defense in the end. It turns into a loss of yardage. Third and 9. Mayfield to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Timeout here, Tampa Bay. That is their 2nd. The clock is stopped with 26 seconds until the break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead...
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that is what you want. I know sometimes it takes time, but they do get it right, and this call will stand. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. There's that man again, another catch. The Buccaneers forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. Clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the 1st half. First and 10. Mayfield. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good, the hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
They'll throw on first down with Penix. A ball deep for the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of running back Bucky Irving. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. They're likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Avery Williams on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. To throw is Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The Falcons getting their punter out there as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Mayfield. He'll tuck it and take off. 12 yards on the gain. That's good for a quick first down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
They motion a receiver right. On first down is Mayfield. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. 13 yards on the catch there. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
On the handoff, it's Irving. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Right back to Irving. And he's going to have a Bucs first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1. On play action, Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They'll put a receiver in motion right. On second down, Baker. A pass pulled in by Irving. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Here comes Otten in motion. They go play action with Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They'll send a tight end in motion right. Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Now a loose football. But he'll gather it back in.
And man, does he dodge a bullet right there, Mike, on that sack. He's fortunate. That ball bounced right back to him, and he's able to recover it and keep possession for his team.
A give. This is Irving. Open space inside the 10.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Looking to convert for the third time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. He pulls it in around the 5. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
He's got it at the 3. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He puts it up, and it's caught. Touchdown, Tampa.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, just buying a little extra time, waiting for his man to uncover on the back of the end zone, and then it just becomes, let's rip it and throw that ball in that window, because it might not stay open for long, but he puts it right where it needs to be. Touchdown.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bucs go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it's Williams. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Now the lefty Penix on first, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
On second down, here's Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it's going to be third down.
Really just been a combination of errors here on this drive. I mean, the sack on first down put him in a bad spot. Then the incompletion there trying to gain it back on second. And now they find themselves in a critical third down here, or they're facing a...
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
They're all set to punt this one away. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back Bucky Irving ready to hit the field again. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They send Godwin in motion. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant, and this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. To return is Williams. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
On 2nd down, Penix. He's got his man. It's Mooney. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Pitts is the man in motion. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 3rd down, Penix. He's got his man down the field. It is a big completion. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 36 yards.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given, but it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else, and I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
On first down, right back to Robinson. And he'll be taken down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. From the gun, here is Penix. Good blocking, and he's in. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
On is Koo for the point after. His kick is good. And the Falcons cut the lead to 3, 24-21. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Irving now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense and receiver Chris Godwin set to take over again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is teach tape for man defense, Mike. I mean, he's not looking back at the quarterback at all. He is in the hip pocket of his receiver. He's staying in phase and in rhythm. And then he knows when the wide receiver's hands go up, attack the ball. And that's about as good as it gets.
They send Godwin in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Mayfield. There's that man again. Another catch.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
The Buccaneers getting their punter out there as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Falcons offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll throw. It's Penix. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and win.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. The Buccaneers offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Here's 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
They send Godwin in motion. Mayfield to throw again on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. And that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down, and barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Play action. It's Penix. That one is caught by Mooney. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up third down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Pitts is the man in motion. Back to throw. Here's Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the first down.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the first down.
And here's Bijan. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now Penix. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. From the gun on third down, here's Penix. He'll try to run for it. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one.
Give him credit for keeping this play alive as long as he could. This easily could have gone down for a loss, but he's kind of able to find his way forward and at least get back to the line of scrimmage.
Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt. The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. They send Godwin in motion. On first down is Mayfield. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They go play action with Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Here's 2nd and 6. Baker to throw. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Receiver in motion, going right. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here comes Otten in motion. On 2nd down, Baker. A short one there to Otten. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here comes Otten in motion. On play action, Mayfield. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And a nice run there. He'll get 9 yards. Mark him at the 29. Second and a yard. We'll go play action now with Penix. That'll be caught by the running back Robinson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
I like the play call there. Second, relatively short Give your quarterback an opportunity to push this ball downfield, but realize this quickly, nothing development. Get the ball down to your back, pick up a new set of downs.
On first down, it's Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. That's going to be dropped underneath for Robinson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
3rd and 2, and Penix. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
This returnable with Palmer. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Bucs offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll run with Irving. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's 2nd and 9. They send Godwin in motion. A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. 2nd time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That's his tight end, Otten. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught left side by Otten. Second down and 3. Here's Irving. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Buccaneers first down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. On 1st down, here's Irving. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Bucky Irving. Touchdown, Buccaneers. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Buccaneers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. McLeod now to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense headed back to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the gun, here is Penix. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the gun, it's Penix. He's going to keep it himself. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down. Give him 16 there and a 1st down.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
On 2nd down, Penix. That's complete to McLeod. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On third down, Penix. Oh, not a good throw there. That's across his body. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their 37-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The Buccaneers offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, try to add to it. It begins with first down. They'll run it. It's Irving. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Throwing is Mayfield. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. He'll try and get there on the ground. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. They'll go again here with Irving. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Off he goes. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
The offense staying out there for this fourth down. They send Godwin in motion. Try to get him to jump. Did not work. Good job by the defense to stay disciplined. It's a delay again. They're all set to kick this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. The Falcons offense ready to take over once more. This is 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end, and at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now Penix on 3rd and long. Now he'll run. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. We are set for 4th and long. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll begin with the football in the red zone already as the defense has their back to the wall to start this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Baker gonna give it to Irving. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. On the ground, it's Irving. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Here comes Otten in motion. On 3rd down, it's Irving. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
So, a win here for the visiting Bucs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one.